Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Hope you guys are doing well. I am back here with another pep talk, one of my first pep talk videos for the year. And every Valentine's Day I do a video just to help and to encourage you guys who may still be single. On Valentine's Day I was there. This is going to be my first year celebrating Valentine's Day with the man of my dreams, my best friend, my lover, my hater. But I've been single pretty much my whole life, so this is my first time celebrating Valentine's Day. So when you see this video, I'll probably be out enjoying myself. Anyway, I wanted to make this video how to prepare for the relationship that you desire and the things that I wish I knew before entering a relationship. There's a lot of things that I wish I knew. There's a lot of things I did know before entering a relationship which made me prepared, but there's also some things that I wish I could have done differently whilst I was single. So this video is going to be a mix of different things, but I hope you guys enjoy this video so that you guys can prepare for the person that you say that you want. Because it's okay to be like, oh, I want this, I want that, but are you ready? Most of the time things don't happen for us because we're not ready. And even when I felt I was ready for a relationship, I wasn't. And even now being in this relationship, I'm not 100% ready. So I'm not saying that you have to be perfect. That is a complete myth. Nobody's going to be 100% ready for a relationship. A husband or a boyfriend is not a reward. Like, it's not a reward for good behavior. It's not like something that you can check off your list and be like, yep, ready. But there's things that even when you're in the relationship, you're going to be learning. I feel like I'm just trying to give you guys the best start at this thing, because this thing is called relationships. It's beautiful, but it's also difficult, beautifully difficult. And so a lot of us prepare for a lot of things in our life. A lot of us are organized about a lot of things in our life, but when it comes to relationships, we feel like we're going to leave it to fate, we're going to leave it to destiny, or we're magically going to be okay, when that is not the truth. So the first thing I want to start off by saying, first thing that you need to have and you should be preparing for whilst being single is self-love. You have to love yourself. And I'm not going to beat a dead horse. Those who watch my channel, you guys know how important it is to have healthy self-esteem, to love yourself, to enjoy your own company, but genuinely loving yourself. Because what people tend to do that get into relationships, and this is how the relationship becomes toxic, is that instead of having your own tank of energy, you come into the relationship and you're sucking somebody else's energy. You're expecting them to do things that you should be doing for yourself. No one can make you happy. That is your responsibility. You're the only person that can make you happy, because happiness is an emotion, and you can make yourself happy or you can make yourself sad. And it's not healthy to get into a relationship and expect that from other people. A man can add to your happiness. He can make you happier, but no man can make you happy. That is your responsibility. It's the same way with love. Learning how to love yourself and give yourself the love that you receive. If you guys know of the 5 love languages, the way different people receive love is different. Some people feel loved when you're touching them. Some people feel loved when you're doing something for them. Some people feel loved if you're giving them gifts. Some people feel loved if you're giving them words of affirmation, if you're affirming them. It's the same thing. You need to use the 5 love languages on yourself. You need to affirm yourself. You need to tell yourself that you love you. I don't think you get to a point of loving yourself. I think it's a choice. And I always say that self-love isn't about liking every single thing about you. You can love yourself without liking everything about you. We all need to change. Self-love is not saying I'm perfect, I love myself. And self-love also isn't spoiling yourself. Self-love is also holding yourself accountable. Do you have an attitude problem? Don't say it's that person's fault. Own it, accept it, and try to change it. I feel like this is the thing that a lot of people do in relationships. Finger point. It's your fault, your fault. In a relationship, and I've learned this and I know this and I've learned this, in relationships, you're going to have to take a lot of responsibility, even when you're right, because there's always 2 sides to every story, okay? Your side and their side, right? And the truth is somewhere in the middle. However, in a heated discussion or an argument with your partner, you may feel justified in your defense. They also will feel justified in their defense. It's up to you in that moment to be able to self-reflect, which is why you need to be self-aware, aware of your behavior, and aware of how your behavior affects other people. So that's one thing that being single, we don't really do much, reflecting how our behavior affects other people. But when you're in a relationship, that person is literally a mirror, and that person is literally showing you everything about yourself. I literally came out here to film when the school was out. It's 3:30, so people are coming in from school, so everyone just like passing by. Anyway, but taking responsibility in a relationship is really going to help you, because in a discussion or in an argument, everyone's going to be trying to stand their ground, right? And it has to take one person to be able to back down. Even if you think you're right, even though you're justified in reacting or behaving the way that you do, you can't do that in a relationship. A relationship is about compromise, middle ground, but it's also about dying to yourself. Which brings me to my second point. You have to learn to be selfless. You have to learn to be selfless. It's not going to be your way or the highway. It's literally going to be what is best for this relationship. It's not going to work if one person is feeling like it has to be my way, or the other person is feeling like it has to be my way. There has to be some give and there has to be some take in a relationship. So you can practice being selfless in what you're doing now, being single. How do you treat your friends? And I always say this, the correlation between friendship and relationship are very similar. If you're a shit friend, you're going to be a shit partner. Period. If you're not able to resolve conflict with your friends, you're not going to be able to resolve conflict with your partner. It's the same thing, because ultimately the foundation of every relationship is a friendship. And the only way relationships are going to work if you're friends, right? Sometimes I have an argument with my boyfriend and I literally want it to be over so we can come back to being friends again, because I miss him. I miss his nappy head. I'm joking. I miss him because we're friends. I don't want to be arguing with my friends. So you have to learn how to be a good friend before you can be a good girlfriend, because ultimately they're the same thing. So being selfless, is it all about you, or are you helping out? Are you, even if you're living with your parents, are you helping out, or are you staying in your room doing whatever you want to do and like saying to hell with everybody else? Are you being selfless? Are you putting yourself at an expense, or does it have to be all about you, right? Are you serving someone else? A big part of relationships is service, serving the other person. And I know a lot of you are probably cringing thinking, I don't want to be in a relationship if it's about having to serve someone. Why would I have to serve a man? He should do this and he should do that. Honestly, we're talking about good men right now, right? We're talking about the man that you love, okay? When you love somebody, you're going to want to give, right? If you're not ready to do that, if you're still burned by your past, you're not going to be able to do what I'm saying in this video. Which brings me on to my third point, which is you need to purge your self. You need to make peace with your past relationships, your exes, your baby daddies, your ex-husbands, whatever it takes. You need to make peace, and do it now. There's nothing worse than bringing old baggage into new relationships, old feelings into new relationships. If someone in your past used to treat you a certain way and used to respond in a certain way, the minute someone does that in your new relationship, that person triggers those old feelings. You're going to react the same way you reacted back then, not realizing that this person is different. This person is not your ex. This person is not your ex-husband. This person is not the person that hurt you. This person is not your baby daddy, right? So in order to be able to be free from that, you also need to forgive. You need to forgive the people in your past. You need to cut your ties, not burn your bridges, but make peace with those of people in your past, especially exes. You don't want to bring drama emotionally, physically into your new relationship. Once you've made peace with people, you don't have to be best friends with them. You have to be cordial. You have to be able to be out with your new man, see your old man there, and you not get fireworks inside you. You not become angry because of this person. You can't have anger about another guy going into a new relationship. The Bible says that anger rests in the bosom of a fool. If you're angry, if you're still angry with somebody, you are a fool. Let it go. It's never that deep. They didn't kill your mum. They didn't murder your brother. Let it go. What was in the past is in the past. It didn't work out because it wasn't for you. And that's why I hate when someone leaves a relationship and they say to the person, you'll never find better than me. Don't curse people. Don't curse people, because they will find someone better than you, because they'll find someone that matches them. If you were supposed to work out with the person in the past, your ex, you would have been with them. I'm not mad at anybody that didn't work out with. I am actually rejoicing that I'm so glad it didn't work out with anybody in the past. Otherwise, I would not be enjoying the fruits of this sweet relationship I have now. So don't curse nobody. Don't say you'll never find anyone better than me, you can't live without me, all this kind of stuff. Let people go. If they were supposed to be with you, they would have stayed. And another thing I would say, be really and truly single. You guys have heard me talk about it probably 3 or 4 times, but before I met my partner, I wasn't completely single. Well, I was completely single. I was just fresh out of a situationship, and it does bring unneeded baggage into your relationship. I'll just say that, because, and I'm going to say this, I'm going to be very honest. No guy likes to know that his missus was with somebody else. even though it's a given, even though he himself was with someone. Like, my ex got out of a relationship. No guy wants to know that his missus has been with somebody else, right? They especially don't want to know that you're still talking to them or you're still cordial, even if you're cordial. And one thing that I didn't understand, being single for so long, I always felt like I can be friends with people, right? I can be friends with the opposite sex. Even if the opposite sex likes me, I can be friends with them. In a relationship, it does not work like that. If you know that this guy likes you, cut it off. Even if you know personally there's nothing going on, which was the situation with me. Even if you know nothing will ever happen, cut it off. It's number one rule in a relationship. Exes stay exes. Don't cross them over. Do not let them cross paths in any way. And that's one thing I wish I was. Completely single, completely free, soul ties cleansed, everything gone, period. Really, really single. I really, 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 really wish I was truly single. And that brings me on to my next point. I wish I did a lot of things during my celibate period different. I'm going to talk about it in another video. A lot of you guys have been asking me, just because you're not sleeping with somebody does not mean you are celibate. You can do all the other things and not have sex with someone. It doesn't make you celibate. And hand on heart, that's what I was doing. I was not perfect on my celibacy journey. I was only fooling myself, which made it harder for me to be celibate in my new relationship. I'm gonna make videos on this topic. Like, comment below if you want to hear more about it. I am gonna make it anyway. But I wish I was pure. Like, I wish I was celibate. Like, I wish I was that, right? So don't kid yourself. Whatever you're doing in your singleness is gonna copy and paste into your relationship. So make sure everything is just perfection. As in, not perfect, but like, you want to know in your soul that you're a one man woman. You want to know that you are not thinking about anybody else. You're not having dreams about anyone else. You ain't got no soul ties, nothing. Honestly, it makes a big difference. That's one thing I wish I knew coming into this relationship. Another thing that kind of goes into being selfless is learning to share. If you want your own space, don't get into a relationship. Save yourself and save the other person. Because yes, you can have a level of individuality, which obviously I am doing now. Your partner's gonna want to spend time with you. One thing I used to do when I was single was I used to turn my phone off, right? Because I get anxiety. So one thing that I would do was turn my phone off. You can't do that in a relationship unless you tell them what's happening, right? And that's one thing. Communication is so key. What I could do when I was single, I can't do in a relationship. I can't just turn my phone off. I can't just leave the country. I have to communicate my every step. So preparing to be in a relationship, you need to have someone that I would say you're accountable to, whether it's your parent. Let them know where you are. Don't just do things haphazardly. Be conscious about the things and how it affects other people. If you want to have your own space, if you want to be by yourself, like 98% of the time, stay by yourself. A relationship is not for you. A relationship is about sharing your time, sharing your energy, sharing your money, sharing your food. It is very selfless. So until you're ready to do that, stay single. Another thing I would say and how to prepare for a relationship is to have your own life, have your own interests, have things that you enjoy doing, right? Be an interesting person, have your own life. Because once you get into a relationship, you don't stop being you. Just because you're in a relationship, you don't stop being you. You still have your friends, you still have your entertainment, you still have the things that you genuinely like to do. The good thing is if you have someone that is similar to you, you can do the thing that you used to do together. So much more better when you're doing something with someone that you love. 100% better when you're doing the things that you already like doing just with somebody else. It's like literally having a best friend all the time. So there, definitely have your own life and don't feel like you have to put your life on hold when you get into a relationship. And I feel like some people are quite afraid of being in a relationship because they have the fear of losing themselves. You don't have to lose yourself in a relationship, but you have to make a conscious effort not to do that. You do not have to lose yourself because you're in a relationship. You can even be a better version of yourself in a relationship. It's not stealing your life, it's combining your life. It's not independence, neither is it codependence. It's interdependent. You guys are like walking like this. Conflict resolution, you need to know how to manage conflict. One of the things that they say in psychology is fight, flight, or freeze. Know how you react in times of conflict. I personally am either a flight or a freeze. I'll say, I'm not talking about this, I'm over it, I'm done, and I'll shut down. And when I shut down, he can't get in. He can't get in because I don't want to deal with this anymore. Like, it's like, some people fight, some people go to violence, some people will argue. That's part of the fight. Some people will just leave, hang up the phone, leave. Some people freeze, silent, shut down. You can't even get through to them. So learning conflict resolution, I think that's going to be an ongoing journey. You're not going to be perfect just because you're in a relationship. You're constantly learning about the other person. You're constantly having to die to your own desires and your needs and put the other person before you, even if you're right. Sometimes you're wrong. And sometimes as females, we don't like to be told that we're wrong, but we're wrong. Another thing I would say is to ask yourself if you really, really, really want to be in a relationship. I think a lot of us, at most of the time, we like the idea of a thing rather than the reality of the matter. You want the pretty pictures on Instagram, you want the beautiful wedding, but you don't want to be married. You want the wedding day, but you don't want the marriage. You have to really ask yourself, because this happens with a lot of women, and I've heard a lot of stories from men who got married to women who, oh my god, I hope that sun's not too bright. A lot of men that got married to women who just felt like, oh, marriage, if it happens, it happens. They were not intentional about it. And I think if you're in a place of, I don't know, or like it's not a desire of yours, know that, and don't get into a relationship with someone that wants that, because you're going to be unequally yoked and you're going to cause a lot of heartache and a lot of heartbreak. There's a lot of women divorcing men out here. I know it looks like there's a lot of men divorcing women, but it's pretty equal at the moment. Relationships are beautiful, but they're hard and they're difficult, and they're only difficult because we're difficult. How to prepare to be in a relationship. Master the art of being yourself. Learn to enjoy the person that you are and want to share that with somebody else. When I was single, I liked myself. I liked the person I was. I liked my quirks. I love my sense of humor, and I just wanted to share that with someone. I love my family. I like my zest for life, and I just wanted to share that with somebody else. And so I was able to be myself because I was comfortable with myself. When I went on my first date with my boyfriend, I was just relaxed. I was comfortable with myself. I wasn't putting an act. It's like, love me, hate me, or leave me alone. At the end of the day, I like who I am. If you like who I am, then great, we can do something together. But if you don't like me, then sucks for you. So literally, like, you have to like yourself. Don't be fake. Don't be a fake person. Genuinely get to know yourself, like the person that you are, so that you're able to share that with someone authentically and genuinely. Lastly, prepare yourself physically, and that also means sexually. Go to the clinic, check your sexual health, make sure you don't have any STDs, anything that you can pass on to somebody else. Check your blood type. Know what your blood type is. That is very, 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 very important. Check yourself if you've got any transmitted diseases. Get that sorted out. If you're overweight, and when I say overweight, you're over the weight that you want to be. Get yourself to the gym, lose weight, do what you need to do to be the best version of yourself, because when you're the best version of yourself physically, you enjoy yourself. You want people to partake of the person that you are. And know that when you get into a relationship, you're gonna put on relationship weight. Yes, I'm fat. I'm okay with it right now. Give me a few months, I probably won't be okay with it, but I'm okay where I am right now. So people DMing me, telling me that I'm fat, it's not gonna help. Like, I don't care. I'm happy. I'm really, really happy. It's happy weight, and when I want to do something about it, I will. Period. I hope this light's not affecting the video, but yeah, when you look good, you feel good, and when you feel good, you radiate. You attract that person into your life. I'm praying for you guys that this year will be the last year that you are single on Valentine's Day, that the man of your dreams is coming for you. I did not expect my boyfriend to come when he came, but now it just feels right. It doesn't feel abnormal. It feels like this is my next stage in life. Obviously, you're preparing to be engaged, preparing to be married and stuff like that. Yeah, I just pray that you guys will have the happy ending that you desire. And I also want to make sure that you guys know that you don't have to be perfect before you get into a relationship. There's a lot of girls out here, and I used to think this when I was single, that there's a lot of girls out here that are not working on themselves and they get into a relationship. Do not watch them. Know that you're going to be the best version of yourself in that relationship if you work on yourself now while you're single. If I did not do the work on myself while I was single, I would have brought a lot of drama and baggage into my current relationship. I would have probably sabotaged the relationship. I would have a lot more arguments than I'm having now. Trust me, I would not be mentally prepared for the person I have. It also makes you appreciate the person a lot more. When you've kissed a few frogs, it makes Prince Charming dashing, shining. He's the man of my dreams. I love him so much because he really is. In comparison to anyone I've dated, he passes with flying colours. A person that works on themselves is a wonderful woman. A working woman is a wonderful woman, because you're working to become the best version of yourself, and your future partner will get to enjoy the fruits of what you've done whilst you're single. So do not slack being single. Don't think that I'm just waiting for him. What are you doing while you're waiting? The most important thing is, how do you wait? What do you do while you're waiting? I hope you guys find find the person that makes your heart sing. One of the things that my mentor asked me when I was in my previous dating situation, she asked me, is this man the man of your dreams? And I could not say that he was. And because I couldn't say he was, I was settling in that situation. He had a few things. He wasn't the man of my dreams. The guy that I'm with now is a man of my dreams. He ticks all my boxes. He loves me the way that I want to be loved. I love him the way that he wants to be loved. And it's just a beautiful situation. So I would definitely say to you guys to be encouraged. Do not give up hope. Know that the person that God has for you is going to be there at the right time. You don't want anything that's too early, because things that aren't cooked all the way through gonna make you sick. You don't want to be sick. So I hope you guys have the courage to not settle, to wait for the one that God has for you, and don't give up hope. Some people meet the guy of their dreams when they're 28, which I was. Some people meet the man of their dreams when they're 30, 35, 40, 41, 42, whatever it is. Do not give up hope. If you know that there's a desire in your heart to be married, to be in a relationship, don't give up on it because of your current state of affairs, because your vision does not look as clear as you want it to be. Hold on, keep going, love yourself, love other people, care for the one that God has for you, and please hit the like button, share it with those who think may need it this Valentine's Day. When you hit like, you show people that this is a video that's worth watching. So I hope you guys enjoy this video. Please subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you guys in my next video.